best diets, the best diet for weight training or any kind of training for that matter. Well, yeah, we're gonna say pretty much any kind of training, because most people would consider several different diets when it comes down to weight training, at least in a way. And weight training requires that the body have balanced nutrients, balanced carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. And I've talked about this on a number of occasions, and no one really knows what is the best diet, because of basically the industry and its get quick type of diets. Okay, we're gonna look at a diet of a runner. A person that's a runner normally have a higher carbohydrate requirement than that of someone who's lifting weights. Take for instance, a runner depends on the carbohydrates because it's the first source of energy when they begin running. That's where the energy is coming from, those stored carbohydrates. Okay, if they are a long distance runner, over a period of time, they're gonna burn up those carbs that they have stored. Then the body is gonna naturally move to start burning fats, and that's where it's gonna start getting its energy from the body. The body's gonna start getting its energy from the fats at that particular point. But by the time the runner ends up at the finish line, hopefully that they have enough fat stores to where their bodies are not going toward the proteins, which is basically the muscle. And that right there is a point at which the bodies, you see a lot of them long distance runners where they where the bodies totally deplete. And that's where they are pretty much at as far as the energy reserves are. They are in the protein area. They're in the muscle burning phase of energy, which is a dangerous place to be, because at that particular stage the body will quickly dehydrate, and that's why these guys experience these muscle cramps, and you'll see them, especially on these marathon type runs, you'll see them cramping up, falling, and the body just locking up. And that's because the body is totally depleted of its first two stores of energy, which is carbohydrates and fats. So, like I said, that's a dangerous place to be. But that's the type of sport that they are in. They are actually competing against other people. That's what make it a sport. That's why bodybuilding can't be a sport, because it's subjective. It's a beauty pageant. No matter what you all want to say about it, it's a beauty pageant, and it has nothing to do with outdoing another person. You know, that's why it can't be classified as a sport, because what are you competing against? You're competing against a look, and that's not a sport. So we're gonna get back on this diet thing again, because you know I ran off every now and then about different things. But we're gonna move to a bodybuilder, a true bodybuilder, and their diets are, I would say, pretty normal off season, but during the competition time, they bodies, their diets are completely unhealthy, because in order to obtain that extreme rip look that they require, and also to come down in weight to get those muscles to pop and show detail, they have to pretty much over a period of time, and they normally work within a time frame of 3 months, unless they done got extra fat, you know, which a lot of them do. They get too big and they have to balloon all the way back down. I mean, they have to shrink all the way back down from that balloon weight in order to get to a competitive competition weight. But their diet basically, like I said, is normal during the off season, and during the competition time, their diet goes to the extreme, which is very dangerous way of eating. Bodybuilders would normally eliminate the first phase of energy, again, which is carbohydrates. Over a period of time, they would eliminate those carbohydrates and go strictly to the fats. And once they go past the fats, they are like the long distance runner. They are in the muscle burning phases, which is quite dangerous. But you have to pretty much get to that phase in order to get rid of all the fat from the body, because that's why they have that real low percentage of body fat. They are trying to get rid of as much fat off the body as possible in order for those muscles to show. They also have to dehydrate the body in order for the skin to tighten up and thin out, so that the veins and stuff will sit to the top of the surface. So this is what they're doing, and it's like I said, the body is a perfect machine, and it will always try to defend itself. So if you are a bodybuilder and you're trying to dehydrate your body is naturally going to start trying to hold water. And a lot of times the way they combat that is they start using diuretics. They start using diuretics to push out all that extra water. And at that point, you'll see some of them, they get to the point, and I've seen photos of Ronnie Coleman backstage with oxygen masks on.
I know how I'm supposed to feel, you know, the morning of the show, and I'm always very energetic, and I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to fight. This morning, I'm so tired to the point that I actually feel like I'm about to die.
And these guys bodies are so depleted until it's very hard for them to even muster up enough energy for their organs and heart and stuff to function properly. So they become short-winded. The muscles become cramped. A lot of times you'll see a lot of them when they flex, the muscle will lock up, and they pretty much can't relieve that flex that they just did because there's not enough water in the body to allow the muscle to release. So those are the dangerous stages of bodybuilding, you know, and you also can get that same dangerous stage with marathon runners. Now, to get back to the best overall diet for people is, again, you're eating from the 5 basic food groups, and you're eating in moderation. And the thing about it is that if you want to maintain a certain body weight, really never look at a scale. Always judge by your clothing, because your clothing is always going to be the same. If you find that your pants are getting a little tight, then you know you need to cut back a little bit. That's the best way to really keep up with the way that you want your body to look on a daily basis. It's pretty much go by your clothing, not necessarily the scale, because the scale will fluctuate, and a lot of times that throws people off and causes them to really give up. But if you just go by the clothing and the way you look, then you can pretty much get to the body that you want. All you do is just keep looking at yourself in the mirror and going by those clothes. But the best diet for everyday fitness is always going to be eating from the 5 basic food groups. And that way your body is not missing any of its nutrients. And a lot of times you can pretty much eliminate taking multivitamins and stuff like that simply by concentrating more on eating properly rather than trying these gimmicks. The bodybuilding lifestyle diet is completely a gimmick. It's not a long-term way of living. It's not a healthy way of being at all. So just remember, if you want to be one of those ones that totally ripped, your diet can't be good. It can't be healthy. You can't get ripped eating a healthy diet. You cannot get ripped eating a healthy diet, because being ripped is not a healthy state of the body. It's actually a depleted, malnourished, also a dehydrated body. So anyway, that's what I wanted to talk to y'all about. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. And again, I'll be talking to you later.